think he got the power, and he got the equalizers. Anything can happen with Tank. But Tank give away a lot of rounds.
This thing with 1,000 keys on it. But every key, they knew that key was for a certain door to get into the building. When he's moving around, I'm saying, he's the super with that big key ring, and he's looking for the right key to get in the door.
A chess match.
Did you understand in that moment, like, why he is who he is?
Yeah, I seen why he's able to beat these guys.
Curmel Moton sends a clear warning to Lamont Roach, advising him to reconsider facing Gervonta Davis in a rematch. After Tank's powerful new look surfaced, Curmel emphasized that Gervonta's strength and refined skills make him a dangerous opponent. He points out that Tank's status as the face of boxing is well-earned and reminds everyone that unexpected outcomes are always possible when he fights. Curmel suggests that stepping in with Davis for the rematch is a serious gamble opponent. He points out that Tank's status as the face of boxing is well-earned and reminds everyone that unexpected
guys put their pressure, got some skills itself, and I feel like it's gonna be a great fight. I know I'm the better fighter, the more sharper fighter, and I know I'm working harder than him. So, we're gonna see. But I know that I have what it takes, and I'm gonna prove it first.
Gervonta Davis's latest training footage is making waves. In a short gym clip, his physical condition speaks volumes. He looks noticeably more muscular and is moving with explosive speed and laser focus. Each punch he throws carries precision and power, leaving no doubt about his intentions. Observers are already pointing out that this isn't just Davis training, it's Davis preparing to dominate. His intense form sends a clear message: he's taking the upcoming rematch very seriously. Ask ChatGPT. Curmel Moton offers a rare and personal reflection on his sparring experience with Gervonta Davis. Speaking with a mix of respect and caution, he recalls being struck not just by Davis's raw power, but by his precision, timing, and relentless pressure. Moton describes how Tank methodically breaks opponents down, pushing them into pure survival mode. That session gave him a first-hand look at the physical and mental toll it takes to face someone as calculated and relentless as Davis. It made clear why even seasoned fighters find it so difficult to stand their ground against him.
What was it like when you sparred him? I know you sparred Tank early on.
Yeah.
What was that experience like? Like, replay that experience for me, like, you coming out of it. What was your thought?
Yeah, I was nervous at first. I think I was 15 at the time we sparred, so he wasn't really, like, trying to knock me out or nothing like that. But we was going, like, he was using the speed on me. Like, we was both, like, going speed for speed, and it was great. It was like a chess match.
Did you understand in that moment, like, why he is who he is?
Yeah, I seen why he's able to beat these guys. Then I also seen why I'm so, like, I got all this hype around me too.
His interest in facing Davis before the champ hangs up his gloves. It wasn't about ego. It was about testing himself against one of the sport's most complete fighters. Curmel saw that facing someone as elite as Gervonta would reveal where he truly stands. That desire, although dangerous, reflects the mindset of a fighter who embraces challenge and respects greatness enough to want to face it firsthand. Facing someone as elite as Gervonta would reveal where he truly stands. That desire, although dangerous, reflects the mindset of a fighter who embraces challenge and...
He is a big fight. Do you think Tank will retire before you can, like, I mean, because there is a small possibility. He's still at 35, so maybe you can catch him at 40 in 5 years, right? He's, what, 29? He'll be 29 November, or he's 29 now? One of the two, so he'll be 30. He'll, like, technically it'll be like him fighting Loma. Loma's 36, or you don't even think about that?
I don't think about it. I'm not really focused on it. I'm focused on now. My upcoming fights, take one fight at a time, but who knows what the future holds. I do know Tank said that he ain't want to be around that much longer though. From what he said, take care of not Devin no more. He don't even want to fight Devin no more. But Shakur, what's he said, Tiafimo? Yeah, I think he said he wanted to retire, but who knows.
His interest in facing Davis before the champ hangs up his gloves. It wasn't about ego. It was about testing himself against one of the sport's most complete fighters. Curmel saw that facing someone as elite as Gervonta would reveal where he truly stands. That desire, although dangerous, reflects the mindset of a fighter who embraces challenge and respects greatness enough to want to face it firsthand. Facing someone as elite as Gervonta would reveal where he truly stands.
Arnold,
That
the
desire,
comparison
although
serves as
dangerous,
motivation, a
reflects the
challenge to
mindset
rise
of a
and meet the
fighter
high
who
standard
embraces
that comes with
challenge
being
and
likened
respects
to one of the
greatness
sport's
enough to
biggest
want to
names.
face it firsthand.
A lot of people compare you to Tank. Where you hear that, like when they call you Tank 2.0 or whatever the case is, how do you feel about that?
I used to take it as like a compliment. When I was an amateur, I used to take it as a compliment. Because they comparing me to Tank, you know, he faced the boxing, like the biggest names in the sport, real high skill. But now I feel like I want to make a name for myself. I don't want to be the 2.0 or nobody. I want to be the first me, you know, and make.
Oscar de la Hoya, a seasoned voice in the sport, has weighed in on the upcoming clash. While he acknowledges Lamont Roach's skill and technical ability, he doesn't shy away from speaking candidly about Gervonta Davis. De La Hoya suggests that Roach is stepping into the ring with a fighter operating on an entirely different level, one defined by relentless aggression and sharp ring IQ. In his view, Roach may be talented, but the sheer intensity and explosiveness Davis brings make this a highly dangerous matchup.
I think Lamont Roach is a terrific fighter. He might be a little over his head with Gervonta Davis. Gervonta Davis is, I mean, to say the least, he's a beast. He really is. He's a tremendous fighter. He's a dedicated fighter when it comes to training and fighting and making sure that he's in optimal conditions when he steps inside that squared circle. It's going to be a tough night for Roach, but you can never count him out. You know, watching him fight up close and personal, he's sneaky good, which means he can catch you at any time. He can land combinations, sometimes at will, without you even knowing it. You know, he's that sneaky. So, yeah, it's going to be very interesting. But, you know, obviously Gervonta Davis has the experience. He has the knowledge. He has that mean streak in him that will take you out with any punch.
Frank Martin has offered a straightforward analysis ahead of the rematch. While he respects Lamont Roach's skill set, he doesn't expect an easy night for him. From Martin's perspective, Gervonta Davis's blend of power and ring control will slowly wear Roach down. He predicts Davis will apply steady, relentless pressure, pushing Roach into survival mode as the fight progresses. Martin's view comes from a clear understanding of the physical and mental strain a fighter like Davis inflicts right from the opening bell.
They're trying to get that fight more of a, like, oh, it's going to be a good fight, but no. Roach is a decent fighter, but Tank on dog him. Tank on dog him.
For sure.
Steven Espinoza brings a wider perspective to the conversation, noting that Gervonta Davis is at his absolute best in the 135-pound division, where his speed and power are perfectly balanced. While Davis has competed at 140, Espinoza believes lightweight is where he truly shines and dominates. He also sheds light on behind-the-scenes challenges, such as
behind-the-scenes issues with megafights, like the one with Shakur Stevenson, where negotiations fell through due to deeper contractual issues.
Despite those setbacks, Espinoza remains confident in Davis's upward trajectory and undeniable star power.
Yeah, for sure. Waking up in Texas and coming over here, I'm like, geez, that cold is different, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
Steven, Tank versus Lamont Roach, right? March 1st, we're going to get this fight here in New York. There are a lot of questions of why Lamont Roach, right? Does not discredit him. He's a great fighter, great chin, high IQ. But why Lamont Roach? That's the questions that all the fans are asking at the beginning.
Look, I think the reality is, I think those are fair questions. I mean, look, when you have fighters the caliber of Tank, you know, of Canelo, the bar is always high. You know, when you continue to perform well against high-level opposition, you know, people expect a lot from you. You know, there were preliminary discussions about the Shakur fight, you know, early on, like back early, you know, for 2024 before this was scheduled. Didn't get very far for reasons I won't go into. But
come on.
You know, I just think there were, you know, I'm not sure that the time was right. I think, you know, what Shakur was looking for was something different than, you know, he was looking for more of a long-term commitment other than just doing one fight, you know, and so he's got his deal, you know, he's getting busy, he's got a fight scheduled, and, you know, maybe we'll pick up and do something there. But aside from that, I mean, to be candid, you know, those are the big names at 135. I know Tank has gone up to 140, and he would on occasion. He hasn't looked the best there, Overall, I think 135 is his best weight.
Inside Gervonta Davis's camp, training isn't just routine, it's a display of sheer dominance. One moment in particular left a lasting impression. Davis reportedly dropped a sparring partner with a single punch, shocking even veteran trainers. It's nothing new for Tank, whose power in the gym mirrors what fans see under the lights on fight night. His focus is intense, and it's clear he's not just preparing to win the rematch, he's preparing to make a statement. This time, Davis is looking to send a message with every punch.
Yeah. Once Tank felt one more power, he actually really think that one more takes power. I don't think anybody can take his power. You know he knocked out heavyweights?
Yeah, I was there.
Tell me the story. What happened?
Tank, what's the one boy name?
No, don't say a name. I don't want to embarrass anyone.
Oh, no, you're right.
But tell people what happened.
Man, I was about to spar. Before I was about to spar Tank, he was sparring this big boy.
A heavyweight.
Heavyweight boy. And Tank hit that nigga. He hit him so hard that he was on the top of the rope just like this. I'm like, I thought he died. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. I thought he died.
Tank, is that true? You almost killed a heavyweight in the ring? That's what he said.
Should be happening.
Because he asked me, how does a 135-pounder take your power? I said, I don't think anybody takes the power.
Just not get in there with me. That's how they do it.
Were you shocked when you saw that?
Huh?
Were you shocked?
I was just like, man, he better not do that shit to me.
And you know what else he told me? You punched him upstairs, he lost feeling in his leg. No, he did. You told me that, right?
Keep it a beat, yeah.
No, it happened. You ready?
Want to see me?
Yeah.
Dog looking
Lamont
for a
Roach
miracle.
isn't stepping
He's entering
into
this
this fight
fight
as an
seasoned
underdog
and
hoping
sharpened.
for a miracle.
With only one
He's
loss in
arriving
his
as a
record,
seasoned,
he's developed a
battle-tested
style that
contender.
blends precision with
With
patience.
only one loss
Roach
on
has
his
grown
record,
from earlier
Roach has crafted a
setbacks
style
and
built
now
on
uses them
precision,
as part of
patience, and growth. Past setbacks have shaped him, turning into fuel for his evolution. His footwork, timing, and ring IQ are sharper than ever, and his focus is laser-tight. Roach isn't coming just to withstand Davis, he's coming to challenge him at every level and prove he belongs on the sport's biggest stage.
Tank out here selling under 150,000 pay-per-views, you kidding me? Oh man, Face of Boxing, yeah, turn that shit off. Yeah, we shutting that shit down. Every single time. Does Shakur really want to fight Tank? I think Shakur could sell a bit more with somebody else. Especially in Saudi, I feel like they can find him a dancing partner that'll do a little bit better than 150,000. Okay, I get it. This is why PBC delayed this fight for what, 5 months? Y'all ain't want to pay this motherfucker because y'all know he can't sell. I mean, this should have been evident. If you do the math, Tank has never been that great of a pay-per-view draw. He sold over 300K twice now in his career. He sold over 300K with Ryan Garcia. That's obvious. Ryan's the bigger star. And then he sold over 300 with Martin. He sold about 325. But when we put it in perspective, that Frank Martin fight was a comeback fight after a year layoff, so it was always going to sell. Every comeback fight's going to sell. It was one of the first pay-per-views on Amazon's new PBC deal, so they were really trying to push it. And then he had David Benavidez as the co-main event with Gary Russell and Alberto Puello under them. You take away all those factors that this wasn't a comeback fight. David Benavidez isn't the co-main event, and Amazon has now been in the game for over a year. It makes sense it only sold 150. I know there's gonna be a couple of you guys in the comments, no, it sold 500K. Don't be so gullible. They didn't sell 500K. I don't know if Tank's a top, well, I know for a fact he's not a top 5 draw in the sport of boxing anymore. Well, he's not selling pay-per-views. Bivol better be up just triple him. Well, Jerry, their pay-per-views are cheaper. Don't matter. All that matters is who has more eyes watching them, and Bivol and Better BF do. Tank does not.
Roach's credentials command respect. A former world champion, he's proven himself at the highest level of the sport. While Gervonta Davis often commands the spotlight, Lamont Roach has quietly built his own legacy through consistency, skill, and resilience. His past victories show that he's more than just tough, he's a technical fighter who stays composed under pressure. Critics who dismiss Roach overlook the depth he brings to the ring. Unlike many challengers who crumble when things get tough, Roach has shown he can adapt, reset, and fight back with determination. When their first bout ended in a draw, it sent shockwaves through the boxing world. For the first time in years, people began to question Davis's aura of invincibility. That result wasn't just a number on a scorecard, it was a crack in the armor Davis had built. Roach's performance was no fluke. It became a blueprint, an eye-opening example of how to stand toe-to-toe with one of boxing's most feared fighters.
Like a real businessman now, you know. He's not all loud and crazy like he was. He's kind of calmed it and tamed it down, toned it down a bit. So I respect that with Ryan, man, and I think he's gonna be a lot more focused now, and he's actually gonna go and train, and he's gonna definitely put on a show, and I think he's gonna win, man. I think he's gonna win by knockout.
How long does that fight go, in your opinion?
It won't go past 6.
Oh, everyone's been saying that.
I don't think it goes past 6.
Why?
What's up, fam?
Why do you guys think it
Nah,
won't
there's
go
too many
past-
hoes. Too many hoes in the game of too many hoes. Too many hoes. Too many hoes. Too many hoes in this game.
Cut that right on out. Okay, cut that out.
Too many hoes in this game, man. Y'all know, man. Come on, ain't nobody stupid. You know what I'm saying? Stevie Wonder, you can see that he got a lot of hoes in this game, man. You know, he's very unconventional, but you know, got some pop on his shots, but that's it. You know, I think Ryan's gonna catch him with that left hook, and it's gonna be 9-9.
How shocking would it be if Rolly pulled the upset?
That'd be shocking as hell if Rolly pulled off the upset. But I think Rolly's damaged goods, man. I mean, if you look at his last couple of fights, bro, he hasn't been the same since he got knocked out by Gervonta Davis, bro. He hasn't been the same. You know, sometimes one fight can ruin your entire career, man. He's just not the same. He's not the same mentally. He's not the same physically, bro. And after he left his coach, the coach has been, that was coaching starting out, good Bullet. He looks a little different. No disrespect to anybody that's working with him now, but he just looks different, bro. He's not the same fighter.
What about Devin returning against Ramirez?
Good fight, but Devin should be able to outbox Ramirez. I love Ramirez to death. I love him to death, but he can be outboxed. You know, he comes forward. He got great left hook. We're going to see if Devin learned anything. A little slower with the left hook, but Ramirez got pop. He got pop on that left hook, man. So it's a good test for Devin, because you already know what's lined up.
Gervonta Davis's post-fight comments stirred controversy. Instead of acknowledging Lamont Roach's performance, Davis pointed to personal issues and ring rust as reasons for the close outcome. These remarks didn't sit well with many in the boxing world, who saw them as an attempt to deflect credit from Roach's strong showing. While Davis is entitled to assess his own performance, critics argue that downplaying a hard-fought contest undermines sportsmanship and overlooks the clear progress and skill Roach displayed in the ring.
We gotta talk about it. So, Tank officially came out and says that he wants to put this rematch as early as May. Now, if that were to happen, Lamont Roach gets a second time to prove himself. Now, in my personal opinion, his stock has already risen. He is already notable. The fact that he went toe-to-toe with Tank on a decision that ended in a draw, whether he loses this second fight or not won't even matter. Because he's directly in line to go against the Keyshawn Davis, the Shakur Stevensons, and etc., the Devin Haney's, and etc. I can see him moving up and going against Devin Haney or Ryan Garcia or somebody like that. So many people to fight. Lamont Roach has definitely proven himself. But let's talk about something else. And that is the hairstylist situation. In my humble opinion, I believe she should have been quiet. As a hairstylist, there was nothing for you to say. There was nothing for you to say. No fan in boxing was going to look at that like, I don't want to braid my hair. No one would have said that. But she hurt herself when she came out and publicly made multiple claims. There are always receipts that no one asked for, saying, oh, this hand of grease or oil in it. Who cares? Who cares? Nobody even believes it. Sometimes it's best to remain quiet. But you guys let me know in the comments, should she have remained quiet or should she have did what she did? She spoke up. Let me know.
Amid all the debate and speculation, one fact stands firm: Gervonta Davis is a master of in-fight adjustments. When the momentum shifts, he doesn't lose composure, he recalibrates. His ability to read his opponent's rhythm and adapt his strategy on the fly is what truly sets him apart. Whether it's shifting from defense to offense or managing distance under pressure, Davis has the rare ability to evolve in real time. This adaptability is what makes him so dangerous, because even if the fight doesn't start in his favor, he always finds a way to turn it around.
He's going to try to get to us but we're going to frustrate him. He doesn't get frustrated. He takes his time. He's deliberate. You know, a lot of times at the beginning, people thought he was just a seek and destroy missile. They thought he was just a guy that got to you. And they thought that he would get over anxious. He don't get over anxious. He takes his time. He slowly crosses closes those gaps. You know, inch by inch, step by step, and then he gets to you. He reminds me of the old-time janitors, the superintendents in the big buildings, those big buildings, and they had a big brass key ring about this big with 1,000 keys on it. But every key, they knew that key was for a certain door to get into the building. When he's moving around, I'm saying, he's the super with that big key ring, and he's looking for the right key to get in the door.
You're great with the analogies. I love it. I love the analogies.
And he finds the right key.
He does.
He doesn't walk into a room and like, bang, you know, oh my God, I shouldn't open that door. And a lot of guys do. Romero walked into that room. Garcia walked into that room, you know. So he don't, and that's part of what separates him and makes him a guy that's one of the most complete fighters right now of our time.
That's all for today's video. Stay tuned for more coming soon.